Stop scrolling right now because what Bai Lu finally admitted is not just a confession, it is a quiet earthquake that has been building for years. Stay with us from the first sentence to the very last because this is not gossip and it is not surface-level drama. This is the raw unraveling of a woman who has spent years being strong in public while slowly questioning herself in private. And when you reach the end, you may realize the story is not only about Bai Lu and Dylan Wang, but about every woman who has ever been told time is working against her. If this resonates with you, do not stay silent. Share your thoughts when you finish because conversations like this deserve to be heard. The night it all surfaced was not dramatic at first. There were no raised voices, no flashing lights, no breaking headlines. Bai Lu was sitting alone in a quiet room with the curtains half drawn and the city glowing softly outside. Her phone lay on the table beside her, face down untouched. Messages waited unanswered. Notifications stacked quietly. She did not move. Those close to her say she had been distant for weeks. Still professional. Still composed. Still smiling on cue. But the warmth behind the smile was thinning. Something inside her was growing heavy, and it was no longer willing to be ignored. Someone she trusted finally asked the question gently. "Are you really okay?" Bai Lu did not answer immediately. She stared out the window, watching lights flicker on and off in nearby buildings. Then she spoke in a voice so calm it startled everyone in the room. "I think I am too old for him." No one asked who she meant. Dylan Wang's name hung in the air without being spoken. For months, fans had speculated endlessly about their rumored connection. Every shared moment dissected. Every glance slowed down and replayed. Many believed it was something rare and sincere. But behind the scenes, Bai Lu had been fighting a battle no camera ever captured. It did not start with Dylan. It started with comments. Not the loud, hateful ones. The quiet, casual ones. The ones disguised as concern or opinion. "She is beautiful, but the age gap feels awkward. He still has so much time ahead. She should know better." Each comment alone seemed harmless. Together they formed a constant whisper that followed her everywhere. At first she brushed them off. She had faced criticism before. She was experienced, confident, grounded, or at least she thought she was. But repetition changes things. Every interview where she was asked about future plans, every headline hinting at timelines, every comparison between her and younger actresses entering the industry. Slowly the question stopped being "what do I want?" and became "how long am I allowed to want it?" One night, after filming Wrapped late, Bai Lu remained alone in her dressing room. The mirrors were still lit. Her makeup untouched. Costume pristine. She stared at her reflection longer than usual. She did not dislike what she saw. What unsettled her was the question that crept in quietly. When did this become something to apologize for? She began noticing herself hesitating in moments she never questioned before. Pausing before speaking. Pulling back before laughing too freely. Adjusting her posture beside Dylan unconsciously, as if trying to take up less space. Friends noticed the change. "You do not have to shrink yourself," one told her. Bai Lu smiled and said nothing. The pressure intensified during public events. Standing beside Dylan under bright lights, she felt every camera angle measuring contrast. Youth against experience. Potential against perceived expiration. After one event, she scrolled through reactions late into the night. Most were positive. But her eyes kept landing on the same type of comment. "He looks so young." "She looks tired." "It feels uneven." She locked her phone and placed it face down. Then sat in silence. Not angry. Just tired. According to insiders, the doubt reached its peak during a private conversation with someone extremely close to her.
No filters.
No performance. Just honesty. "I am not afraid of loving him," she said quietly. "I am afraid of being judged for it." She spoke about how the industry celebrates women early and discards them gently but firmly later. How experience is praised in men and questioned in women. How time becomes a threat instead of a gift. She admitted something that shocked even her closest friends. "Sometimes I feel like I am borrowing happiness. Like it does not belong to me anymore." That sentence carried years of unspoken fear. Another moment revealed how deeply this insecurity had rooted itself. Bai Lu reportedly asked someone from Dylan's circle a question that silenced the room. Do you think he will regret this later? Not regret her. Regret the timing. She feared becoming a story people would use as a cautionary tale. She feared headlines framing her as a lesson rather than a partner. Behind closed doors, Bai Lu began rehearsing distance. Convincing herself it was maturity. Telling herself she was protecting him. Protecting herself. One night, she typed a message to Dylan explaining everything. The doubts. The fear. The pressure. She read it again and again. Then deleted it. Not because it was untrue, but because she did not know how to say I care without sounding like I am already leaving. The industry did not help. Casual remarks from staff. Jokes about timelines. Subtle suggestions disguised as advice. You should think long-term. Public perception matters. Timing is everything. Each sentence reinforced the same message. Time is not on your side. And yet through all of this, Bai Lu never blamed Dylan. In fact, she often defended him. He never made me feel small, she said. The world did. That distinction matters. Because this was never bitterness toward him. It was bitterness toward a system that taught her to measure worth in years instead of depth. Toward a culture that quietly teaches women to step aside once the spotlight shifts. The confession finally spilled out fully during a small private gathering.
No cameras.
No press.
Just people she trusted.
That was when she said the sentence that made everyone pause. I feel like time is chasing me, and I do not know if I am allowed to stop and be happy. Silence followed. That was the heart of it. Not age. Permission. Permission to want. Permission to stay. Permission to believe that love does not have an expiration date. Since then, those close to Bai Lu say something has changed. Speaking the fear out loud loosened its grip. She began to understand that insecurity is not weakness. It is a reaction to pressure sustained over time. Whether this changes anything between her and Dylan remains unknown. What is clear is that this confession was never about being too old.
It was about being made to feel that way.
If you have ever questioned your worth because of numbers, timelines, or comparison, then this story is not just hers. Stay with us for more revelations and share your thoughts below, because sometimes the most powerful act is refusing to let fear write the ending.